traveling. I flew in to Calgary yesterday on a Friday from LAX. And why did I choose to go to Calgary, Canada? It's because several things. It was a pre-planned trip to go see a hockey game, the Calgary Flames, because they're getting into the postseason run, as well as I just always wanted to come to Canada, and this was a perfect means to go to do several things in one trip with the time I had. But before I get into how much it cost to fly to Calgary and how much it was to eat the first night in Calgary, I want to show you the view. That is, I was there yesterday. Let me open this up. Oh, that air feels really nice. That is the Saddle Dome. We walked there yesterday from this location, which I found on Airbnb. The Airbnb for this condo is about $62 a night, and we are here for 3 nights. And I keep saying we, I'm here with my good friend. And we are planning on today, it's Saturday, driving to Banff, which is a wilderness area about an hour away. Before that, we gotta go to Walmart. And it's interesting because I just got a comment before I go into the pricing. The hockey game, since it is a National Hockey League in the United States, you did the center had to do the national anthem first, and then the Canadian anthem, which was in some ways similar, but in some ways ironically interesting because it was 2 anthems in one stadium representing the countries that participated in, well, at least in the States, because the National Hockey League is big with Canadians and big in the American, but of course there are players from all over the globe, Sweden, Russia. The Calgary Flames played and beat the New York Rangers, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about how much this place costs. It's, like I said, it was $62 a night on Airbnb, and as you can see, it's furnished very well. And in looking at the apartment costs, they call this a condo out here in Canada, but the terminology that I would probably use to describe this in the United States is an apartment, because there's 2 rooms for 2 people, sitting quarters, all our crap over there. We don't cook because we suck, so you got your oven, your electric stovetop, your microwave, Whirlpool. It's very modernly decorated, and it's interesting how the United States has its tentacles all over the international world, especially in Canada. Of course, it's our neighbor, so it would make sense. There are just American brands everywhere. I was anticipating that there might be some other types of brands, but of course, American industry. For example, the rail yard right across the way says Canadian Pacific. In the United States, we have the Union Pacific, but it only makes sense to call it that because we are still technically in the Pacific Northwest, just above Montana. And a few weeks ago, I was in Montana, Wyoming, Idaho. Anyway, so $62 a night for this magnificent place. It also comes with a washer and dryer, which is a spanking badass deal. If you want to go cheaper, you could go to the hostels, but I'm not a hostel type of guy, sharing bunks in the same room, because there's could be a risk of someone going through your things, which I am pretty pissed about Air Canada. I want to make a comment on Air Canada. Air Canada cut my lock on my bag. And then I didn't think at the time it was my fault, because it is an international flight, so they have to look through your things if they find anything in the scanner. And of course, I carry baby wipes because I like to wipe my ass and be clean. There's nothing wrong with that. And it probably showed like it just didn't show up correctly, baby wipes. It just shows like a brick of something. So I was disappointed because that lock was with me for several flights and trips. I never had a problem with it until I flew international Air Canada, and I haven't flown international in quite some time since my flight to Japan, which was 8 years ago. So I'm planning on doing more trips like that. So it was $62 a night. We are here for 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday night. Fly out Monday. So you can do the math there. But that is for 2 people. They charge 2 people Airbnb. If it was 1 person, it was $62 just for the night for the 1 person, which is a fantastic deal still. The food, I like to comment on the Canadian economy real quick. In this province of Alberta, it's very similar to the conservative side of the United States of Texas, because the cattle industry is huge out here in Alberta. This is the cattle industry as well as the oil industry. So you get a lot of old money here, especially the restaurant we went to, and I'll post some photos of that restaurant with a burger. It would look pretty weird for me to take a video of the menu, but I had the basic double stacked, I forgot what it was called. It was like some sort of Canadian type of beef, and it tasted very good because of course the beef is right here in Calgary. And of course the restaurant had a lot of butcher type meat or hanging around. I believe if you were in Los Angeles or San Francisco, I believe the left wing people and animal lovers would probably not like that, but of course we're in a different province. I talked to the Uber driver that brought us here, and he stated that Alberta, Canada aligns more with the right-wing side of American politics, whereas British Columbia, which is on the coast, Pacific coast, aligns a lot more with the liberal ideology of green policies. So Alberta, Canada is the industrial province, and there are 4 provinces in Canada. It goes British Columbia, Alberta, Quebec, and then oh my gosh, where Toronto is, Montreal, and not that the East Coast, like Nova Scotia. I'll put that later. I used to know those 4 provinces, and it's good to know that they are under a prime minister type of political system, just like England. So it's a yeah, it's an interesting, beautiful country, by the way, and just to comment more on it. So back to the restaurant, it was $19 each for each burgers for myself and my friend. My total bill came out to 25 Canadian dollars, and I need to point out that it's 74 cents to the US dollar right now. So you would be a fool to give the restaurant 20 American dollars, because you would end up losing about $4 or $5 back. So it's better just to pay with your travel card. So really, the burger cost me $20, let's say, Canadian, but really in American dollars is about 15. I don't even know. So $5.50 for the coffee, $19 for the burger, subtotal $24.50, $1.23 for the food tax, $25.73. Amazing price, amazing price. In the United States, Los Angeles, for a burger like this, steak burger, would have probably been in the $37 to $40 range for the type of atmosphere that we were in yesterday. My friend thought we were a little bit underdressed. Hey, we're traveling. So that's how much it was for food last night for one person, which was $24. And if you total it all up and do the currency exchange, it came up to around like $19 American. So if I would have slipped them a $20 bill, probably would have been enough. If you did not know any better about the exchange currency, probably would have been suckered. The waiter probably would have asked you for another $5 American. Anyway, so you got to be careful of that when traveling. We are here in Calgary. I am about to go to Banff, first to a Walmart. Focus on me. First to a Walmart to get my friend some long sleeve long pants, and we're on our way. And yeah, so I'll continue my update later on.